So we all like to have fun on this channel, right? Like, that's kind of the thing. Sometimes we just like to have fun with a few videos here and there. We just like to, you know, have some jollies and some videos that you wouldn't expect from anywhere else. And this is one of those. So yeah, as you can see from this title, yes, I am being serious. Why do you ask? Yeah. So this is which Chaos God would the Gravity Falls character serve? Or however I'm going to put this. But yes, I am being serious. Yeah. So you may be thinking, well, this feels weird. Why would the Gravity Falls characters fall to Chaos? Because if your name isn't Rabute Gilliman, Malum Cato, or, you know, Big Daddy Demetrius Titus, you're gonna fall 9 times out of 10. If you expose yourself to that much chaos, the void's gonna kinda look back at you. You know, you stare into the Eye of Terror long enough, the Eye of Terror is gonna stare back. So, yeah. And these also, let's be real, if you're a true fan of Gravity Falls, then you know that all of these characters, their morality is kind of gray. So, all it would take is a little push to, to just kind of like tip the scales over to them. So yeah, it's a kind of a big deal. This would actually, I think, would happen. So for shits and giggles, for shits and giggles, we're gonna talk about which Gravity Falls characters would follow which Chaos God, and I may or may not include some Age of Sigmar gods in here too, some Warhammer Old World, specifically one in particular, one Chaos God in particular. Anyway, so let's talk about the characters going forward. Starting off with Dipper. I've talked about this before in one other video or another, that which Chaos God I think Dipper would fall to is probably Tzeentch. You see, Dipper has a thing, you know, good old Dipper Pines has a, you know, shall we say, a weakness for knowledge. He always has like Ford, who could easily fall to Tzeentch as well. He has this, shall we say, a desire, a need to know more. And 9 times out of 10, or 11 times out of 10, we would literally have moments where Dipper's desire for knowledge and wanting to know more put them into these bad situations. Yeah, so that would, I think that would happen. I think Tzeentch would definitely get in Dipper's head and offer him, like, knowledge and magic and all of that. And, yeah, he would definitely be a servant of Tzeentch. He would straight up be like, all is dust. So, yeah, I think totally Dipper would follow Tzeentch. Let's move on to his sister, Mabel. She would, now, this one may be like, really? Why? But some of you, the majority of you, be like, yeah, that tracks. She would fall to Slaanesh. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a little too gross. And you are right, but I don't think, if this was like Mabel when she was older, still bad. And Mabel now, could we all agree that, like, she would wear a sweater of like a skin sweater, like a sweater made of human skin if she became a servant of Slaanesh? Mabel, the reason why is because her whole thing is that she loves everybody, and she has an excess of it, and that's what Slaanesh is at her core, is that that Slaanesh is the god of excess, and Mabel does everything with excess. Loving someone, protecting someone, you know, wanting things, eating things with great excess. It's not even like it would turn to, like, love from lust. I don't think that would happen. I think it's just more of the, like, why I think she would be, why Mabel would fall to Slaanesh is because she would absolutely, like, she just kind of embodies what Slaanesh is at her core, which is, hey, I like doing things and doing them overboard. So yeah, I do think she would fall to Slaanesh. Anyway, that's just my thought. Yeah, so let's move on now to Wendy. Now, which Chaos God would Wendy fall to? This is the one that made me go, yeah, I want to do a video on this. This seems like a cool idea. And the one I picked, the one I think she would fall to, is Khorne, for multitude of reasons. One, can we all agree that if we saw, the thought of Wendy holding up, just her axe and just shouting, "Blood for the Blood God! Skulls for the Skull Throne!" everyone would not be fazed. Wendy is a fighter, she's a warrior, and she knows how to survive and has fought countless demons and endless hordes of men and magical beings, and has come out on top throughout the show. So, of course, that's going to catch good old Khorne on the cob's eye. And, yeah, I think he would. And also, you may be thinking, well, Khorne's a really manly god. He only chooses men. Nope. As we've seen in both, sometimes in Warhammer, and other times, this happens more in Warhammer Fantasy, though, is that Khorne does does have female followers. Everyone, Khorne's all about that gender equality when it comes to blood and violence. So, yeah. So I totally see, Wendy falling to Khorne, and just switching that axe for a chain axe. Anyway. So finally, moving on to our next one, and that is, sorry, I've got a bit of a migraine. I'm trying to, power through it. Yeah. So, our last one is Zeus. And, well, second to last one, I should say. And you already probably guessed that Zeus would be a disciple of Nurgle. Multitude of reasons as to why. Not because he's he's big and all that. Although I do think Zeus would be like, I don't have to bathe anymore? Oh, yeah! Let's go to grandfather's garden, dudes! Oh, dudes, I'm gonna have so much fun in this garden. So yeah, the reason why I think Zeus would... I think Zeus, realistically... The real reason why he would be a disciple of Nurgle is because Zeus is a loving and caring person, but the real reason is because you kind of see throughout the show he's always looking for a father figure, mostly because his parents weren't all that great with it. He tried to see it within his within his grandparents, and he tried to find a father figure within Stan. And if it's one thing grandfather Nurgle is good at, is caring about his disciples. So I do think that at his core, I think Zeus would actually be all happy of being accepted and brought into a loving family in a way, even if it is a bunch of disgusting body horror demons. So yeah, Zeus would go to Nurgle. And finally, we have Stan. Stan, this is where the Age of Sigmar one comes in, and I am putting Stan with the Chaos God, the Great Horned Rat. Why? Because he is kind of a rat bastard, but the other reason as to why Stan would follow the Great Horned Rat is because the Great Horned Rat is now the Chaos God of desperation. Whenever someone's desperate for money or lust or anything, that's power to the Great Horned Rat. And Stan can be a pretty desperate person when you put his back against the wall, whether it be money or covering up secrets or wanting something. He is desperate to do no matter what to get at it. If it's spiting someone or anything, Stan will do everything with the utmost desperation of carrying it out. So yeah, I do think he would fall to the Great Horned Rat. So there you go, guys. Pretty unique video, pretty out there video, I know. I don't think I'll be making what other characters would fall to each god. I just thought this just happened to pop into my head today, and I was just like, hey, I want to make this a legit video. I think this would be a fun video to do on its own. So here I am, putting out this video, and let's see what happens. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say. I know I didn't put all the Gravity Falls characters, I just kind of wanted the core group, and if you guys would like, yeah, let me put that question out there. Do you guys agree with me that these would be the Chaos Gods they would serve? Or do you think they would switch it around? And comment below, let me know. And also, what other characters within Gravity Falls, like Pacifica, Robbie, Gideon, all of them, which Chaos Gods would they serve? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.